What is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and I got a haul behind me to show you today. This is a garage sale haul. I wasn't doing any recording. I had somebody with me, and we were just hitting the sales really quick. So I wanted to show you the haul. Then I'm going to go into listing some of this stuff, try to get rid of it. Right here, I got these totes of toys that I'm going to go through and see what's in there. I started seeing some of these vintage Play School toys, or Playmobil rather, I believe they are. And the sign said 50 cents a piece on the toys, and I just didn't want to dig through all these trying to get them all. So I just said, hey, I'll do $20 on all the toys, and she sold them to me. I saw some Transformers, Power Rangers, Lego in there. So I think it's going to be pretty good. Also, I got a couple of nice clear plastic totes, which I need. Those totes alone are close to $20. I don't think there's anything super spectacular in there from what I saw, but I think it was a good deal. So I got this Frosty the Snowman. It sings, the batteries still work. It seems to be barely works. I think the batteries are getting pretty old in it, but it looks like it's still zip tied in there and everything. I paid $10 for it. I think I can sell it for $40, $50 plus shipping. I was seeing some comps for. Christmas is around the corner, so it should be good. I also picked up this Imaginext octopus. I paid $3 for it. I think it's called like Tentacular or something like that. I just kind of grabbed it because it seems like I sold one of these before. Maybe it's a different one. And these things do sell okay. It's not gonna be huge money. I can probably sell it for like 20 bucks or something like that. Maybe 15. If it has like all the accessories and all the figures that go with that line, it's pretty good money, but I grabbed it. I think I can make some money. Also below it, I got these bookshelf stereo systems, Panasonic and a Sony. I found one and I'm like, oh, I don't really want to buy these. I finally got rid of all the ones I've bought. They're just big and kind of a hassle to deal with. You got to test them and everything, but it's $10. It's clean. It's supposed to work, has the remote, has the antenna. So with that, you know, it meets my criteria, right? And then later I went to another sale and there was this Sony one. So paid $10 for that one as well. And they're worth it. I'll make money on them as long as they work. These aren't the same models I've sold in the past. Both of these are kind of rare. There's not a whole lot of comps for them. But I did see, I think this Panasonic sold at some point for $80 plus shipping. I'm sure I can sell the Sony for $80 plus shipping as well, especially with the remotes and everything. So I'll get those tested. We can see if they actually work in this video. And here's a nice find. This is a brand new 20-volt Porter cable drill. And the funny thing is, what was it, a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, I sold one of these for $110. It's one I picked up a few years ago on clearance. I actually got 10 or 15 of them on clearance. Paid around $20 for them, if I remember right. This one I paid $25 for. Is actually turned out the person who sold it to me was a Lowe's employee. So it's clear that he probably picked those up when they were on clearance, right? I don't know why people have to write new on the package and stuff, but I probably get that off pretty easily. Either way, I'm probably gonna list this one for $110. I think it will sell. But also, he gave me the case here, this Porter cable case, which I think is pretty much new. Got it all zipped up. Well, there's nothing exciting in it. There's two chargers that go with that drill. And I could probably sell them for, I think one was just the cable without the base. I can sell for like 15, the other one for 20. So I don't know about this tool bag either. I'll probably just keep that. I don't think I'd be able to sell it for much. So quite a good pickup at $25 there. Got some more things to test down here. A VCR, one's a Sony. I paid $3 for the Sony and $2 for the Mitsubishi. No remotes on either of those, but you know, I could still make some decent profit, especially with the Sony. Both supposed to work. Here's a He-Man figure, paid $4 for this. Actually selling between $20 and $35 I was seeing some comps for. It's a newer one. Got a little bit of packaging damage, but at $4 I'll make some money. Below it I got a couple board games I paid $2 a piece for. Bible trivia and Who Knew? I bought these a lot in the past. These are just games I sell on Amazon. Get between $30 $45, just depends on how many people are selling them, the time of year, all that. They're in great condition, look to be complete, so I'll pay the $2 a piece for those. I also got this Denon remote. It was on a table for 50 cents at one of the sales, so yeah, some of these units are very valuable. This remote, the actual official Denon remote, I can probably sell for $20, $25 I've seen comps for. Of course, every remote has a Chinese, cheap version that's not actually made by the company. Those sell for a lot less, so you gotta make sure it's the original ones, because people want the original stuff on their high-end electronics. Got a couple baseball gloves, two Rawlings, one was $5, one was $1. It's probably good because I didn't want to pay much more for this one. I asked her the price, she said $1. I'm like, okay, because I knew this one, you know, doesn't sell for much. I'll make probably $10 profit on that. Probably maybe 15 on this one. I might only make 10 on this one since I paid 5. They're not super high-end gloves, but come baseball season, you know, I always sell through these. And these are pretty cool. I see beer taps all the time at sales, but they're always priced too high for me to want to mess with. At this sale, oh well, $1 a piece. This one was 50 cents. They're not super valuable. This Pabst Blue Ribbon, I think, was the most valuable at around $25, $30, if I remember right. Probably 15, 20 max on the others. They're in good condition. This one, I'm not even sure. I don't think I looked it up. I just assumed it was, you know, $15 max. Still at $1 a piece. These are super easy to list, easy to ship, so can't beat it. You can beat it a little bit, I guess, because you got this Dyson attachment, which I got in a free box. I'm pretty sure it has not been used. Should be able to sell that for about $20, I'm thinking it was. I remember years ago when Dyson was still considered high-end and more new, I guess. I found a bunch of attachments brand new in a free box. Ended up making over $200 selling them. Got a few shoe deals here. I got these Echo women's shoes and I just bought them because, well, they've never been worn and they are $3. I know this brand's pretty good. I don't think I found this exact style when I searched the number. However, I do think I can sell those for about $30. I picked up these Reebok zigzag shoes at a garage sale. I only paid $1 for these. They're in pretty good condition. I think I can sell these for about $30 actually. I've never seen the shoe trees in the Reebok shoes before, but hey. I have sold these zigzags before, not the black ones like this, just different colors. They sell pretty good. Then there was like an estate sale I stopped in. I got these Nike shoes for $7. I wasn't going to buy them, but I decided I better just look them up because they have a little bit of wear. Actually, they seem pretty valuable. I saw some selling for around $70 on Terapeak. I saw some selling in the $80 range. So I still think I can sell these for like at least $50 being in this slightly worn condition. And I'm starting to lose my light. It never fails. It's sunny until I start doing a video. I got this, well, I got a couple toys. This Lego set here for $3 and this Lion Guard toy. I just bought these blind. You know, I think this Lion Guard toy was actually worth like $40. I can't even remember now. I remember being like, oh yeah, this is amazing. Look at these comps. And I'm like, oh, they're not as amazing as I think, but I still think it's valuable. I just don't remember exactly now. You got this Star Wars set here sealed. You know, I've picked up Star Wars, well, not necessarily Star Wars, just small Lego sets like this before that I've sold for $40, $50. At $3, I was buying it regardless of the value, and it's worth $15. So I might make a little bit of money. I might hold it, throw it with the rest of the Legos, let it appreciate in value a little bit. So here is an American Girl doll. I picked this up for $10. I haven't done any research, but I assume at $10 I can make profit. Probably selling it for like $30, you know, $25, maybe even $40. I don't know. I think eBay's starting to get pretty saturated with the American Girl doll stuff unless you have something special, but at $10 I still think I can make some money. And for I think $3 is what I paid for this Las Vegas vintage 80s hat. It looks cool, and if you happen to find a Wrangler button-up shirt that has this design on it, you know, they can be quite valuable. People are looking for it, so I assume the Las Vegas hat can be okay. It's a little dirty, but I didn't do any research on it. I assume I can get at least $20. Worst case scenario, $15. I still make money, so I picked it up. Then I got some of these faucets. These are new open box. I paid $15 a piece for them. I bought these blind, but I knew they were going to be valuable just because I've sold so many faucets. And they are. I think I can sell, one of these was like 175 new. The other was around 140, 150. I might sell them on Amazon as used like new. I've sold faucets like that before. Even on eBay, you know, I'm still making great profit at $15 a piece. So overall, a pretty good haul. I'm hitting some garage sales, but I need to get started listing because I have been slacking this week. I think it's been 6 days since the last time I've listed. Can't sell stuff if you're not listing it, so I'm gonna have to get these big things tested and dealt with first because I don't want them sitting around. I don't want them to go to the death pile. That's my new code, anything like that. In the past, a lot of times, well, that's too hard to list right now. I'll, throw it in a corner and forget about it until later. Now I'm making sure I list that stuff first. We got some easy stuff to list too, like the drill. I got to go through all these toys though and figure out what to do with those. So I'm going to jump into it. So what I need to do is get this table cleaned off so I can get my photo box back up. Yesterday I was working on these Furbies. I had about 5 to test. What a nightmare. I've mentioned this before, that you can get sucked into testing stuff and it can really hurt your profits when you spend a lot of time on this stuff. The dream is to just put batteries in these and they work. They have the box and everything, so figured they were going to be pretty good. However, a lot of these old electronics like this, the gears and stuff freeze up in them if they're not used, and all you have to do is kind of rotate the gears inside to get them working again. There's other things you can do. I did this with a Teddy Ruxpin recently. I just kept opening and closing its eyes and eventually it started working again. This one seemed easy enough looking online. You just kind of pop the nose back and there's a gear back in there. You stick a little screwdriver, start rotating it again. However, I could not find the gear to get it working properly. Maybe mine's different. It's a 98 version. The one online was like that as well. So I've spent a lot of time in these now. I'm probably just going to end up selling them for parts. Like, these things are weird. If it says right here in the instructions, I kid you not, to reset it, you turn it upside down, stick your thumb in its mouth, push down the tongue, then you got to hit this reset button and then shake it. That's what it says. How would you know to do that if you didn't have the instructions, right? You just bought these at a garage sale and they didn't work. Still didn't work with mine. I would assume they probably just need the gears moved since I can't get to them. You can strip them. That's a big job. You got to tear the fabric, resew it, do all this stuff. I did this this morning. I just kind of saw them. I'm like, I wonder, because I read online if you leave the batteries in overnight, sometimes they come back to life. So I just did the reset thing again, set it down. I walked into the other room and I heard it go, but now it's doing nothing again. So I feel like they're just on the verge of working. If I could just mess with them a little bit more. So maybe I'll put a little bit more time into them, but it's kind of personal now. I just want to get them working, because I can guarantee you these were hardly ever used. They were just stored in these boxes. They still got the tags and everything. So it's probably just due to age. A very common problem with this kind of stuff. Now over here, this is just a random one I got at a garage sale. This is a newer one. That worked right away, so it's not super valuable though. This other vintage one didn't work at first, and I should say it did. It had batteries in it, and I'm like, oh, it's already on and working, and then it just went off. So I switched the batteries and it wouldn't come back on, and then I just hit the reset button and it started working again. Very finicky things. I think that one will sell pretty good. I paid $10 a piece for the ones in the box. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were in a video. But I need to get some stuff listed before I play with these anymore. I'll let them sit for a bit, let the battery sit in there. They said that leave the batteries in up to a week, they might start working. Seems unlikely now to the point I'm at, but I don't know. Again, worst case scenario, I'm going to get my money back and probably still make $15, because there are people that love to repair these. They got it down to a science. They'll buy mine, they'll take them apart, fix them, and then probably resell them or do whatever they do. Here's another one I got at a garage sale or somewhere. Had the batteries in there, so there's a rusted spring, some gunk I got to clean out, but hopefully that one works. I haven't even tried that one yet, but I'll get to that later. I have to get some stuff actually listed because it's just, I spent almost all my time yesterday dealing with these Furbies, and kind of the dark side of reselling. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. I guess before I get the photo box up, I'm going to test these large electronics that I got, and then just take photos on this table since they're kind of big. They don't fit in the photo box great. First one has been tested. Works fine, so I can get that listed now. I like to keep these stored in boxes like this so I don't have to, move them around and carry each individual piece. All the cables just, makes it easier. This box is probably going to be a little too small to ship it in. I don't know. I could probably get a decent amount of bubble wrap around there. Possible, but I'll probably estimate the size to be a bit larger anyway when I put in the dimensions for shipping, just in case, because a box bigger than this one is going to cost quite a bit more to ship to places like California across the country. So I suppose I'm going to sell this as working. I had a couple cassettes where there were songs on it that weren't playing. They were kind of playing slow. So I'm like, oh, well, this is bad. Tried another cassette, worked fine. Tried another cassette. There was like a song on there that wasn't playing right. Then I tried another cassette and all the songs were working fine. So I'm guessing just the 2 cassettes that were having problems are just bad. I might try one more in there and let it play all the way through while I go through those toys or something, just to make sure everything's working fine. Because you really don't want to return on this thing, right, if possible. Also, make sure, if you're selling electronics, to take a clear picture of the serial number. There's a lot of scamming going on. Just twice in the last 3 weeks or so, I've had people try to scam me of electronics. They receive them. They claim they don't work, and they demand a refund. They say they don't want to ship it back, all this stuff. And if it doesn't work, you know, you'll have to ship it back and you'll get charged the shipping. So they're trying to leverage that against you. I always tell them, ship it back to me. I'll check the serial number, and if everything's fine, I'll refund you. And I did this with the last 2 people, and they just said, I don't want to pursue this any further. There was one guy that gave me a hard time saying he didn't want to pay for the shipping to send it back. I said I would, and then he eventually just disappeared. Actually, he sent another message. I think he got confused. He was trying to scam someone else and sent me a message claiming something else was wrong with it, what he didn't claim originally. Also, I checked one of the guy's feedback. He buys a bunch of, I believe it's Square Electronics warranties, like third-party warranties for electronics you can buy. So obviously some sort of scam going on there. Again, is just another risk of reselling electronics and just reselling in general. So I went through all these toys. This tote here is just going to be donated somewhere. Not really worth selling, but I did get some somewhat interesting things. I don't know if I mentioned at this sale, but there was somebody with some old 80s wrestling figures, the big rubber ones, in their hands digging through this. So those were missed. So looking at these and not really going through them, I'm like, there could be some vintage stuff in there. There is, of course, the Playmobil stuff that I had in here. It's pretty good. A lot of it's dated from the 70s. And these things in lots can sell pretty good. I'll probably make $50 on what I have in here. It's all mixed. It's just other random stuff. There's some Transformers, nothing great. Lots of accessories, just some stuff I'm going to save and put to make other lots. These were kind of interesting. They're these little space figures, and I can't remember the name, Colorform or Cloudform, something like that. Some of these vintage space figures can be really good. I got some more in here. I should be able to make, based on comps of doing Google Image on some of these, sell those for at least $20. This thing right here, I've either sold this for $15 or I have it listed for like $15, $18, something like that. I don't remember. So that, you know, when you get a couple pieces like that and you pay $20 for all this stuff, it pays for it for sure. Power Rangers figure, which ended up not being worth much. There's some pretty decent Lego stuff in here, just nothing, you know, it's going to be complete or anything. Unfortunately, I just didn't find any special vintage figures. I saw a wrestling figure, like I pulled it out and I'm like, oh, there's wrestling figures in here. There's only one though. There's only one Jurassic Park dinosaur, which was selling for about $18 plus shipping. So all these are getting donated. The rest, you know, I'll make some decent profit on. I tested both of the VCRs and they're working great. So we're gonna get those listed, also get those photographed. Well, that's gonna do it for the video today, everybody. I also got all of these I need to test and list, which won't be today. I do want to get at least these two and the stuff I photographed today. So I'm going to go make a cup of coffee and get started listing, turn something on the TV, relax, and get some of this stuff sold. But if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button before you go. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.